Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How excited are you about this upcoming season, especially with Dak setting the tone with the Super Bowl shirt and those kinds of things?
I'm very excited. You know, it's another opportunity to come out and play for this great organization, to play on the biggest stage. So, and then just to play with guys like that, guys like T. Sizz, TG, Cooper, T. Steele, like everybody on the team. It's like I have a real love for everybody on this team. So I'm just giving my all to get us to that common goal that we have, and that's the Super Bowl.
In your division, you got some really talented defensive tackles. How vital is it for you and the other Tyler and BB to kind of say, hey, we're pretty talented as well?
No, yeah, confidence is the biggest thing that we have to have. It's like, yes, we have to play them, but at the end of the day, they have to play us as well. Like we're no scrubs over here either. You know what I mean? Like we're here for a reason. We play for the Dallas Cowboys, and we have to wear that as a badge of honor. So just training every day, and then it also helps a lot to have two of the best in the business with Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark, and those two have just been really beneficial for me these past 2 days of practice. Really just me being able to go up to them and ask them, okay, they beat me here. Okay, like, so what did you see? What can I do better? And we just had that back and forth. So very thankful for those two guys.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys. What do you expect from yourself in year two? Certainly you had a big rookie year. What next step can you take?
I expect a lot more consistency, and what I mean by that is I showed some really good things on tape last year, but also had those quote unquote rookie plays to where like, come on man, what are you doing? So I really want to eliminate those from my game and just steady growth as the season goes along. I want to see me getting better game by game, not really game by game, play by play, drive by drive, snap by snap. You know, I just want to see constant improvement from myself. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Kind of game within the game. Tyler Smith is considered maybe the best guard in the game, right?
Definitely.
Do you compete with him? Do you say, I want to beat you, I want to be better than you? Do you do any of that?
Not necessarily. Me and Sis, we have a really good relationship. That's one of my best friends. We're very close, and I just learn from him as much as I can. And I'm very grateful to have him in my room, and he's been nothing but supportive to me since I've gotten here.
John Michaud with The Athletic. How different is this for you coming into this camp now that you have a full season under your belt?
It's very different, you know, being able to know what to expect coming into camp, knowing what I need to do in order to take care of my body. So all those things there, I had bumps in the road last year as far as trying to find a routine that works for myself. I already have that routine set now, so that's just more energy that I could put towards mastering a playbook and really just mastering my craft.
And then what's your mindset with pads about to come on?
My mindset with pads about to come on is the same as it's been, you know, playing full speed, being physical, being violent, and being competitive, not combative. Like at the end of the day, these are my teammates, and the Dallas Cowboys aren't on our schedule this year. So really just making sure that I'm getting better and preparing myself and my teammates for a rigorous season.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. Dak's a big believer in manifesting and confidence. He wore the Super Bowl shirt on the way here. He says, you know, you guys' Gotti is the team nickname. What does that do for you guys to hear someone manifest this stuff and confidently put words and hopefully into existence?
It means a lot. You know, Dak is somebody that's very vocal on the team. As you guys know better than me. You guys have been around him longer than I have. You know, he's very vocal, and to have somebody like the quarterback putting those things out there and manifesting like that, it just fires you up and it makes you want to match and raise his intensity.
There was a video of you and Cooper working on stunts on your own in the offseason, kind of passing those off. This interior trio that you guys have together, what is going into year two with the consistency you guys built from last year? What does that do for you guys going now that you're familiar with each other in year two?
That familiarity will help us be a lot better. Offensive line is not something that you could just put guys in, plug and play. You know, I feel like that chemistry and the continuity that you have within the offensive line gets better over time. So us, not just the interior three, but the starting five as a whole coming back and being here together, having a deeper understanding for one another and knows how this guy fits a block and so on and so forth. That's huge for all of us. And I feel like the more we play together, the better we'll get.
Tommy Yarish, DallasCowboys.com. Going back to just the offensive line in general, having all five of you back again, what does that continuity do, especially in this time where, you know, Tyler's kind of battling for that left tackle spot, but also needs that time together with you guys?
Yeah, like I just said, it helps build that chemistry, build that continuity. So there's less time spent on trying to figure out how this guy fits a block, and more time of having that some of that nonverbal communication that the great offensive lines have. So you already know what the guy next to you is thinking before he even says it. So really just getting to that point, getting to the point to where we just have even more confidence within one another.
You were named to the Leadership Council this year. What does that mean to you, especially in just your second year here?
That means a lot. First and foremost, to be seen as a leader by so many great men on this team and all my coaches. It really means a lot. It's truly a blessing, and that's something that I'm very proud of, and something that I'm going to have to live up to the standard too. And that's nothing that I haven't done before. I was a captain at IMG. I was a captain at Alabama, and to be on the leadership committee here, it really means a lot. And I just feel like me being able to be vocal and be seen as a leader is a blessing that has been bestowed upon me by God, and I just have to continue to use it.
Hey Tyler, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. You spoke about confidence being key. Obviously, the other part of that is iron sharpening iron. What does it do for you and the interior offensive line to be able, rep after rep, to look up and see Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark coming right at you?
It really means a lot to go up against guys like Kenny and Quentin on a day-to-day basis, because I don't know how many guys in the league are better than that, better than them. So to be if I know that I can block Kenny, if I can block Quentin on a consistent basis, there's very few guys in the league who will give me trouble, and vice versa. They'll have that same mindset, because there's very few offensive lines that they'll face that are as good as us.
Hey Tyler, you mentioned consistency is the biggest thing for you heading into this season. Can you be a little bit more specific of what you want to be consistent with? I know you mentioned also like the rookie plays and things like that.
Yeah.
Can you be a little bit more detail oriented with that?
Really being even more consistent with my footwork. So it's like even the reps that I would win last year, my footwork would be sloppy, and I was just making the reps harder than what they had to be. So really just fine-tuning my technique, my footwork within the run game and the pass game, putting myself in a better position and allowing myself to use my natural strength to my advantage rather than a crutch.
Nick Harris, Four-Star Telegram. You talked about those rookie mistakes from last year. Was there a point maybe late in the season or even this off-season where it kind of clicked for you, like, okay, I feel like those are in the past now and I really feel locked in on whether it be the footwork or little technique things that you're trying to be more consistent about?
Yeah, definitely after the Raiders game. I feel like that was a turning point for me in the season, where I really started to hit my stride and really get fully confident within myself and have a deeper understanding for the team, for the play calling and pretty much everything around me. So I definitely think after that Raiders game, that was a turning point. And like I mentioned earlier, it's just my it just clicked for me. That's when my confidence was there. I knew what I was doing, and I really started to think deeper. And that's coincidentally right when Quentin got there too. So being able to talk to him and get his mindset on some of the defensive linemen that I would play on a week-to-week basis definitely helped.
I know we've asked you a couple times about Caleb Downs and seeing him coming to Alabama, now seeing him come into this outfit. Same guy, always has been in your entire time knowing him. What's different maybe this time with training camp with Caleb and your relationship with him right now?
Same guy, and that's not to say that he hasn't grown since I knew him as a freshman at Alabama. It just shows you how much of a grown man he was at Alabama. Like not many guys start during spring ball, let alone in that secondary coached by Coach Saban. So to first and foremost see him out there starting in that secondary during spring ball, and then to see how he played and raised the level of the play to everybody else on that side of the ball at Alabama, I just knew he was special. I was very upset losing him after Coach Saban retired, but I'm just very glad he's my teammate again here in Dallas.
Hey Tyler, we've heard about some of the bonding that the offense did this offseason. Was there any bonding that you guys as an offensive line did, and maybe some that involved Dak?
Yeah, so me, Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, and Terrence Steele, we went to Cabo. So we had a great time there. Cooper was busy with some wedding stuff, but we always were hanging out. If it wasn't Cabo, they were coming over to my house. We were eating dinner. I know Terrence came over with his girlfriend. We would watch Love Island. So just always making sure we were around each other.
Any with Dak?
We went to dinner with Dak a few times too. Like we were like I said, we were all around each other. For the most part, everybody is based out of that Dallas area, so that makes it easy for us to spend time together.
Terrence being a San Antonio guy, covering San Antonio, talk about your relationship with him and where do you guys really relate?
Terrence is somebody that I'm very thankful for. He's been there for me every single step of the way since I got drafted. He was one of the first people to text me. So to be able to have a relationship with him, a strong relationship with him, has definitely helped raise my game. And playing next to a great player like him makes things a lot easier for me. And he's able to give me little pointers here and there. If I was ever lost in my rookie year, he was just helped me on and off the field, even as far as taking care of my body. So just connecting on all cylinders, and then it also helps that our girlfriends are good friends as well. So that's awesome.
Favorite character on Love Island?
Favorite character, KC. Team KC for sure.
Why?
I just feel like he was misunderstood. He was misunderstood. He shouldn't have said the things that he said, but at the end of the day, he didn't do anything wrong. There were definitely a lot worse things done on the show, but that's another story for another time.